Welcome back, guys. We're here at Ocala Grand Prix for a local. It's just me, Ruben Sr. and Jr., Chris. This is the TV crew because everybody else decided not to come and hang out with us this weekend. Miguel didn't want to show up. Gabe is supposedly working. Chris is adding, what are you adding, some padding?
Yeah, just put a little padding on there for old man seat.
Yeah, man, you're gonna have to fix, that's gonna hurt your back.
Oh, it's alright.
He's ready this weekend. You ready for today?
Cart is set up as loose as it'll get.
Oh, look at Michael Grandsaw. He's out here racing this weekend. And then we got Senior. We're getting his cart together. And then I gotta check my valves because for some reason it won't start after I put it back together from tech. So that's something I check. So here we are in first practice, and it was, you know, going out like the, you know, give it a second. Plus I've been like a little drizzly here and there, but Chris thought that he could just go flat out, and there he goes right into the wall. Man, unbelievable. So I wait for him again. I'm like, all right, let's see if he does it again, but he doesn't. He gets out of the wall. I'm glad nothing was bent. Man, he was in full send mode right off the rip. It was pretty funny, but oh man, you'll see later on that basically that wall was like attracting all the green that weekend for sure. So got behind Chris, followed him around the track for a while, had a blast, just, you know, getting the feel for the track again. It was just a little damp, which is the way I like it, and it was cloudy all day, and it wasn't supposed to rain, but you know how the Florida weather is. Just says does not supposed to rain, always has those little showers, and I kept, you know, backing up turn 2, just making sure I wouldn't, you know, pull a Chris, but he was starting to send it pretty good in there. So follow him around first practice, cart felt good, gearing felt fine. It was just really just getting comfortable, getting the setup down. You know how Ocala is. It's a flowy track. I've had thousands and thousands of laps on it, and every time I figure out something, a little bit quicker from time to time. Pressure? Probably, Friday afternoon. You gonna go? You haven't decided yet? Alright, let us know.
Depends on how.
When you going down Friday?
Friday after work.
I think I'm going Thursday.
Yeah?
PRB Thursday.
That's good, you'll be up
Then
down
you
there.
can practice Friday.
Gordon should be down there.
Yeah.
He said earlier too.
Yeah,
I
we're
got
gonna meet
Thursday and Friday off of work already too.
Then why not go?
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So we're here discussing about SSKC next weekend. I'm gonna try to get this video up in the middle of the week. I still have to post last SSKC video. I'm a little behind. The app I use updated and erased the video I had done, which I was gonna post. So SSKC final round is following weekend, but we're here at Ocala Grand Prix for the local, final local. We went out for first practice. We all did pretty well. Chris went to full send mode like after turn 1, and then Senior got half a lap in. He was filling the cart out. There was a lot of crap not put together still. I definitely need a gear change, but I'll probably do it after this practice session. If we have the break between final practice and qualifying, I don't know if we have a lunch break or not. We still got to fix a couple other things, like I stripped the bolt in my head for the exhaust. So Chris got a helicoil kit. We're going to do helicoil that. We're going to do a couple of massaging for Chris's cart. And then we might massage my steering shaft finally and make it straight again. And have fun today. Just a fun, relaxing day at OGP. And hopefully nothing falls off the carts.
Who are you anchoring for?
Huh? Yeah.
Station.
Yeah, station. You might catch me on Jam Racing. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell. Second practice, I'm behind Danny Roberts. I always like racing against him and Dang Pinkston. They always make me way better. Danny was having motor issues. His timing was off, which that got fixed. You know, sometimes you gotta check those coils, those timing coils. They slide down from time to time, so it's always good to look over it, make sure your timing's set. He really didn't have any power, and this is the only time I really saw him close, because after he got that fixed, he was like a rocket. He was just gone. So I'm glad I got to practice with him for a little bit, because really that was basically as close as I got to him all weekend. And then number 13, that was his very first race, and he did really well. Podium, actually. Just, got all the spins out of the way in practice.
We got practice 2 out of the way. Junior went P2. He did a little change to his kart to get that little ump, a little bit more ump, hopefully. And he says tire pressure this time.
Yeah, that helps make a difference.
Senior made it half a lap. I think he forgot to tighten one of the wheels. We don't know what happened. Just one of the wheels came off.
That's what we'll go with, that's it.
Yeah, we're going to go with just that.
It was a mechanical failure, not our fault.
Yeah. The mechanic, he's been working hard, real hard.
Chassis has been sitting on the table for like 6 months.
Chassis has been sitting on the table for 6 months. Driver has been out of the cart for a year almost, so. Good way to shake off all the rust. And then I think I went P4 for practice. There's some fast guys out here. Really, I think I'm like P5. And Chris ended up P5 or P6. We need to find a half a second, which is a lot. So, found out that the chain was busted up. Put a new chain on it. Trying to get the clutch off, but since I used Miguel's impact, the clutch bolt doesn't want to come off at all. So we gotta find a high powered impact so I can do another gear change if this one doesn't work out for me. But we're gonna ride this one. I finished top 5 in the pre-finals. I can see where I need to be for the finals, I hope.
Here we go for qualifying. I actually backed off of Jason's for a little bit. He's in number 4. I grabbed the toe for this lap. He had like monstrous top speed. His top end was monstrous for sure. He was geared for that. I was geared more for the infield. Definitely should geared a little bit more for the top end. So I let him get out a little bit in front of me and basically just grabbed the toe. And that's the only reason I pulled off a really quick lap. Just really didn't have the speed that I wanted to this weekend, but if I was in a draft, I could definitely keep up with him. And then I almost give him a little bump. I'm not sure about the bump drafting. I think they take away your fastest lap in Ocala, so I laid off of him. If not, I would just push him right through.
Here during lunch break, drinking my Red Bull. This video is not sponsored by Red Bull. Max Verstappen did take the pole, which I was shocked, but good for him. Kid can drive. That Honda power, man. Dude, McLaren was up there fast too. Next year with that Mercedes power unit.
Need your attention, any pits. We'll need kid car drivers to the grid. I'll need kid car drivers, need you to the grid. We're gonna go green at 12:15. Need to be up on the grid, kid carts. Need you on the grid.
So #1 complaint about Ocala is the day's way too long. So since we've been a little bit ahead of the game, they've been pushing right through it. So they listen to people's complaints. So they're fixing it. I had a little scare in practice 2. Chris was just a tenth slower than me. Even though he's gotten better, it was a little scary having him that close to me. Where'd you end up qualifying? 6? Yeah. P6. I was P2. Ruben Senior was P in the back. Junior took pole and then came in underweight by 2 pounds. So Junior's going to P in the back, and but he's fast. So we knew he had to screw something up. We just knew it. It couldn't go easy. The day just could not go easy for him. And then it's not bad enough that he's racing against Chad, Shay, and Michael as well. So, but he'll be up there. It's just been an annoying little drizzle, just cloudy and drizzling. So the track's still good and hasn't lost any bite. So we're definitely going to give the old college try. Dang, Pinkston's 4/10 faster than me, so I better find some nitrous. Throw some octane booster in the tank. That won't do anything. Everybody like, yeah, we'll make it faster. Yeah, okay. It's a 206. Calm down. I'm joking anyway. I'm not gonna do any of that. So, finally got a gear change done. I had to go back to my old gear, which I knew was way off. But finally got a gear change done to be on the gear that I want to be on, that I think I want to be on. Because I've been going back and forth on gearing. And just thinking about it now, I think I put the wrong gear on. Yep, I think I did. I'm gonna be honest, and I think I put the wrong gear on. So I'm gonna do one more gear change if this is not the right gear in the pre-final, which I think it's not. Yep, I'm pretty sure it's the wrong one.
So here we are for the pre-finals, and it had rained, and Jorge, being stubborn Jorge, decides to go out in slicks to see how well I can do on slicks. And remember that wall that Chris decided to say hi to in turn 2? I decided to do the same thing as well. I just decided to say hi to it and give it a little love tap. Nothing happened really, just I don't know what happened, to be honest. Just I thought there's usually grip on the outside, but man, there's nothing. Thanks for Dan for slowing down the pack. He probably looked back and was like, God, this idiot. Definitely, yeah, that was an oh crap moment for me. I was like, come on. But, you know, got back in it. And then I'm a person that doesn't give up. So I wasn't going to come in. I was just going to ride it out. They slowed down the pack. I caught up. But definitely, it was still too wet for slicks. I mean, I had a blast. Don't get me wrong. Out there, just turning laps. Even though I was slow as dirt, I still had a blast of driving around on slicks. And here I come. This is the only time I pass anybody during this race. Is coming up to take the green flag, and you'll see once we take the green flag, I mean, I geared for the rain too, so I had plenty of teeth. We got going, and I gunned it. No wheel spin, of course, but that inside road went, and you could definitely see everybody go bye-bye. And then I was tiptoeing. I was worried about this turn again. I was like, crap, I don't want to shove it into a wall again. But this time it had grip. I mean, not as much grip as rain tires, but it had grip. And I rode around for all the laps, and everybody drove by me like I was standing still. But good job to Chris, man. He ended up P2 in this run. Awesome job to him. Sean, I think, ended up P1. So, you know, just outstanding job for sure. Here you're gonna see Sean, you know, just blow by me in the 8 cart. I think he was 8 or 6. He was on a TB, I know that much. He blew by me like I was standing still. I think Roy ended up taking the win due to some tires issues. I was trying not to block them, but I went down low. He followed me down low, so sorry about that. I did do a slight block. I did get lapped, as you can see. There's Danny Roberts again saying hi. And then with 1 lap to go, I was like, maybe I can catch him and pass somebody, but nope. I really didn't want to get lapped by the whole field, so that was my goal, is not to get lapped by the whole field. Just have to field lap me, not the whole field. But definitely learned my lesson. If it's that damp, put on some rain tires. And the thing is, I have rain tires. I just don't usually run them, ever, unless I really need them. And usually I just try to convince the whole field to go on slicks. But no, definitely needed some rain tires on this one. I'm glad they let me go out there on slicks though. I mean, I still had fun, and you learn kart control and you learn how to drive around the track. But as you can see, it just didn't work out that way. So good job to everybody that went on wets and had a good race.
Pre-finals in the books. Pre-finals in the books. And we finished bending the steering shaft the wrong way. It was completely wet. I sent it, slammed into the barriers on the warm-up lap. Drove around on slicks, got lapped by Chris, and the rest of the field got lapped by Chris.
Not only did he beat you twice.
Yeah. So I got my butt spanked. Chris starting P2, right?
P2.
P2 in the pre-final. I'm starting P way in the back. Hopefully it dries out.
Hey, you beat my dad.
I beat Senior.
Hey, senior starts in one piece though. No bend steering rod.
Well, my cart will be back. We're gonna bend this joker back, cause that's how we roll.
Might just split traffic.
Hold it right there.
No, the other way.
No. Hold it right there. On the bottom. You hold it right here.
Lap number 9, Mike Brook, lap number 9.
This is stupid.
Yeah, that's brave as shit. Here, do it the other way. Put it in the other way.
The problem is that if you hold it here, you're gonna tweak it here. You need to put a wedge on that.
Well, the thing last time I did was basically just put it in like this.
And Mike Brook continuing to pick up the pace.
Yeah, but you're making it an S. If you let me work with it 2 seconds, I'll get it fixed for you.
So Mike really, that may be dialed in.
Small piece of pipe. Does he have a small piece of pipe in his trailer?
No, use a vice grip.
Because if we do it here like this.
On to the finals. Yeah, I'm starting in the back, but the track is dry. Like, it was a dry track, good to go. So, we were all on equal footing. I went back to a gear change. I thought I had messed up, but really what I needed to be on, my first screw up was the one I needed to be on. So definitely was a tooth off on gearing, but still I didn't have the speed, I don't think, at all. Dang Pinkston was just on fire, balling. Chris started P2 this race. Definitely had a good run against Danny. He was on my outside, and basically, just tried to hang with the top guys, but couldn't hang today for sure. Chris hung really well. Roy was up there. Dan was up there. 17 Coyote was doing well. Danny will blow by me here in a second. He was doing really well too. Definitely had a fun race. I had a good run. And this right here's when I knew it, is when I hit the rev limiter and they just started to pull away. I just need a little bit more top end for sure. I could roll turn 2 pretty well. Of course, on the infield, I was quick. You can see Dan go for the move on the inside. I think he almost went from 3rd to 1st on that move. That was a crazy pass, but Chris didn't give up on him. They went wheel to wheel. Here, they open the door. I go on the inside, Chris. Chris just ran off the track. He thought I pushed him wide. No, I didn't. And then he had a good run coming out of the tree turn anyway. Here, I try to get on the inside, but he just had a little bit more bottom end than me. And then I couldn't get on the inside of him, so I was pushing hard, but I didn't want to push him too hard. I did drive him pretty hard coming up here. I shoved it on the inside. I was pushing him pretty hard, but he stuck it. He stuck it pretty well. Danny went on the inside, was about to take my position. I defended well. He gave me plenty of space on the outside. And then again, I was trying to. I think we got tangled up together. And then Chris starts pulling away slowly. We sucked back up into him because Chris had one more tooth than me because he didn't want to listen. Here again, he takes his turn wide. I make a mistake. I was going to go on the outside. I never say out the outside. I opened the door, and I definitely had to back out of it, or I was going to say hello to the barriers for sure. So that did not turn out the way I expected it. But Danny was freaking moving, so it really didn't matter at this point in time. He was about to check out and go. And then I was trying to do the best I could to reel them back in, but I just couldn't. And then I did a swap, Nelson. I told Jason just had so much top end. So I saw that, and he flew by me, but he was, because his gear was not as quick on the infield. So I thought to myself, if I get in front of him and he pushes me down the straightaway with his massive gear, we can make some moves happen. So he got a good run out of the carousel, and you're going to see that he's going to get an amazing run down the straightaway with the draft, and basically end up blowing by Chris, I think, here in a second. But Chris did really well, and then look at him, just gone, like hit the nitrous button. It was crazy. That made me think maybe I definitely picked out the wrong gear. But here, I finally decided to be like, okay, if he went for the pass, I had to go for a pass too. And then I decided to pass Jason coming up into the showcase, and then do my move. And then I gave him a tap on the back of my helmet, see if we can work together and catch up to the top guys, which it actually was a mistake. Because he could get up to me at the very last second and push me just a little bit, but it really wasn't enough what I thought we could have done. So after a couple laps of trying this out, I basically pointed him by the swap positions to try it the other way. So let him pull me around the track, and on the slow section, I would just push him around the track. So that worked out much better. If he would have done the swap earlier, or if I would have just stayed behind him, it would have worked out great. We could definitely chase down the top group, because we were turning quick lap times after we did this swap. He would come out of the tree turn, and basically I would just get on his back bumper, push him through the showcase, and then get some speed built back up, and then his top end would just pull me around the track. So basically here, his gear would take over, he would pull away, and then just push him on the inside. I tried passing him on the final lap, but I just didn't have anything. I had a blast though, good run, excellent run in the end. For sure, these guys were on fire this weekend, and I can't wait to get back on track with them. Definitely thank you for Ocala for putting this final round on, knowing that they've been shut down all year due to COVID. So glad to be back on this track, glad to finish out the year well, and glad to have fun and have a really good run. Definitely. Now this is the race from Chris's point of view. This is the first time he's ever saw in the front row. Gets a good start, gets away well, and then the battle begins. But he did a great job, did an amazing job in the rain. Ended up P2, starting in the front row, almost ended up taking the lead from Roy. Roy gets a good slide job in front of him. And then from here on, he just battles it out with all of us. Dan almost takes, I can't believe he almost takes, goes from first to third and nowhere. But then he's, running down Roy. Had a good running job, but he just missed the gearing just like I did. I told him we should have gone to a different gear, and he ended up basically staying where he was at. And you could see here that he gets a good run down the straightaway, but then next thing you know, just hits the rev limiter way too early and doesn't have anything on the top end. Way worse than I did. I had nothing on the top end, but he really didn't have anything on the top end for sure. Hung with Roy pretty well at the very beginning of the race. It was just a great battle here. Dan takes up on the inside, and man, Dan's so dang good. He almost goes from third to first in one turn. It's amazing. And then he just basically here I was on the inside of him. He runs off the track slightly, stays in front of me. Does a great job of placing his cart perfectly that I was able to get around him. You'll see here again, I run him pretty good, push him as hard as I could to the very edge. Had a good battle for sure. And then from here, it was a battle left and right, but he held his own. He had a great race and a great weekend overall. Kept improving, kept learning. One of the first times running up front, he had one of the cars to beat, just, you know, missed setup at the here and there at the end. And then here comes Jason by him, and then you'll see me here in a second shoving it on the inside of the tree turn, or the second hairpin. I was trying to stay as close as I could with Jason, like I said earlier, but it just wasn't enough to stay with the lead pack. And then he did a great job. He just stayed with us the whole time. It was just basically came down to just missing the gearing, but he had the setup, he had the drive, and he did a great job overall. And he keeps learning every time he comes out, and by far he will be someone to deal with next year for sure. I look forward to racing with him more and more, bumper to bumper. I'll try to treat him a little bit better next time, but maybe not. If he gets too close or gets too fast, I might have to really worry, and I have to watch out for sure. But great job to him. Thanks to all he does, and overall great race by far. He did an amazing job, and he's going to keep improving throughout the year for sure. Well, day came to an end. I'm gonna point out all my excuses now. So bent steering shaft. I finished, I think, 6th overall. I had a good run, just not good enough. And then I said I was gonna Healy coil this, but I never got around to it because I was fixing other stuff. So the exhaust came off. With all those issues and me sucking at driving today, that's probably why I finished like P6. Congratulations to Dan Pinkston, to Rubens Jr. for winning, for Rubens Sr. for finishing, for Chris finishing P2 in the rain, which he doesn't like the rain.
First time in the rain.
First time in the rain. If he would have listened to me and done the gear change, he probably would have gone faster in the finals.
Why should I listen to you?
Why should you listen to me, of course. And then after me picking on him, he's gonna fix that before I go, because this motor is going to be going to SSKC, but we're gonna give her a new block because this block's on the way out. So anybody looking for a practice block, let me know. I'll let it go real cheap. Real cheap. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the support. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for saying hey. I love it. Catch you guys on track soon enough. Doing surgery on the motor. We're just Healy coiling it. That's it. Weasel out people. Chris is doing it while I drink his beer. When people say you can't make it to a track, or I have multiple carts but I don't have a trailer, you know, there's no excuses, because you could build stuff out of wood. Now this contraption pops up and comes down, so you put one cart here and then you push it up, and then you fit the other cart underneath. So you take multiple carts on the back of a pickup truck.
I give you a call to be.
That's 206 Racing.